Warning, this is it, as Russian drones are illegally hunting humans in open streets. Running will not save you, and this kind of hunt is spreading week after week.
Nah, bro, what the f was that?
And those are one of like the devil's the haunting of Elias Samael. And
check it out, family. Yeah, y'all see that creature? Y'all see that, right? They popping out showing niggas. I told y'all the veil is gone. It's Nathan there, Nathaniel. The location is not disclosed. But
this MMA fighter glitches like he's something right off of Grand Theft Auto. Is this proof that we do have NPCs that walk amongst us?
Anybody else find this strange? Ariana Grande's latest music video is very bizarre.
What's good with the collective? What's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and 7-up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we come up with about 4 videos every smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Glad to grow, helps Glad to get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But don't forget to hype and share the video as well. But I appreciate you. I seen y'all comments. New music is coming, bro. Y'all keep asking when the album dropping. It would have dropped August 18th. But this been one of the hardest albums we've been putting together. From clearing samples, bro. Features, catting off. Whole lot of shit. Album getting rejected. It's a lot, bro. We got it coming. I got like one more song to get done. And then we're going to get it on there. Because there's a couple of songs that got pulled off. But I ain't going to hold you. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
check it out, family. Yeah, y'all see that creature? Y'all see that, right? They popping out showing niggas. I told y'all the veil is gone. It's Nathan there, Nathaniel. The location is not disclosed. But whoever uploaded this, they said they uploaded this today. They just seen this shit a few hours ago, family. That's what they said. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think and feel about this in the comment on Funnel Grave. Shit is crazy.
Don't let him in your house, bro. Shout out to Benji.
Please don't tell me again this shit broke down when I'm about to ride. Oh my god, what's going on? What's going on, guys? No, please.
Она прям сюда залезает. Закрой окно! Оставь. Ты дурак, что ли? Она нас сожрет здесь сейчас. Что такое?
Scientists are warning that massive UFOs, as many as 20, have been spotted around the moon. Yeah, the moon, baby cakes. So those scientists have said they've spotted between 15 and 20 of these massive UFOs that are miles big, that are at least 20 miles big, by using some kind of heat-seeking telescope type of thing. And while this is going on, while they made this announcement, the SpaceX, yeah, Elon Musk's SpaceX is going to crash a rocket into the moon on Wednesday. At the time I'm making this video, that's tomorrow. So on Wednesday, August 5th, SpaceX is actually going to crash a rocket into the moon. And this has been scheduled for a little while. And just before that happens, these scientists say that there are massive UFOs 20 miles in circumference near the moon or on the moon. I guess we'll just have to find out. Whatever happens, either way. Till next time, shabadoo booshkies, shabadoo.
Shout out to Joe, man. Y'all go tell him I sent you. He a legend. My question, because I was going to ask that before he got to that. When I seen videos of them hitting the moon with the SpaceX rocket, Elon's rocket, why does it look like it's animated, like it's fake, like it's a cartoon? My other question, do y'all think that instead of firing at the moon, they really was firing missiles at something else, or a rocket at something else? I'm just asking. This entertainment. What we saying ain't true. And the clip, when they running with the active shooter, I think that was the active shooter. The number one rule, when one run, we all run, bruh. Spam that up in the comments if you agree. I need to see that all through the comments. One run, we all run. Ask questions later.
This MMA fighter glitches like he's something right off of Grand Theft Auto. Is this proof that we do have NPCs that walk amongst us? Some would actually say that we create these monsters through repetitive training, that we actually create NPCs. These NPCs learn to react instead of responding, almost like not knowing how to play a video game and just hitting all the buttons. If you have a logical explanation of what's going on here, please leave it below, or just leave your comments. Unanswered Universe.
I need more context, because they could have clipped that and made it look a certain way and it ain't.
Apparently, it wasn't Iran who f***ed with our water in Minnesota. If you're unaware, 2 days ago, 30 towns in Minnesota had their water supply cut off. Now, we were originally told that these were attacks by Iran on our water treatment facilities that successfully turned wastewater into reusable and drinking water. Well, Trump did a press conference last night and saying it was due to our own gross incompetence as a state and blamed Tim Walz. How do you go from Iran to it's our own fault? They're testing us with water scarcity. The Hoover Dam was just shut down until further notice because the lake is so low the dam's integrity is in trouble. There are droughts across the United States and data centers are popping up everywhere. And then 30 Minnesota towns had this attack? Kind of sounds like they're maybe preparing us for something. But what do I know? Whatever.
Reptilians feed off our fear. Is that true?
The Greys do and the Orions do. The reptilians tend to live off flesh. That's not an area I like to go into much. But according to the Andromedans, the last 25 years, the reptilians that are on the planet are responsible for over 30,000 children disappearing. I get in a lot of trouble when I talk in UFO circles about this. You can't talk about that, Alex. Why not? In Westchester County, New York, in the last 3 years, 5,000 children have disappeared without a trace.
In New York?
Westchester County, New York. George Andrews, E.T. Friends and Foes, he's got a huge section in his book on that. And nobody wants to talk about it. You know, denial is the dragon we all have to slay right now. It isn't Lucifer, it isn't Satan, it's denial. Denial of our own divinity and responsibility. Yes,
Is it the missing people or children who disappeared just Baconians or other races taking children just for other purposes to take them back?
Greys have done extensively taken children as well. A lot of them are on their motherships. A lot of the children were taken to Phobos, which is also an artificial satellite. And they've been experimented on. The planet as a whole, over 100,000 people a year vanish without a trace. On the planet. They figure 25,000 in the United States on average just disappear without a trace.
What about adults? If adults are free spirits, they can't touch you as free spirit, or can they?
As a free spirit.
In other words, the way I understand you're saying that some of these people can't bother you, you know.
They can't own your soul. They can't, no. The soul's eternal, you know, but your soul's in this physical form.
Right.
You know, that's easy to cart around.
Well, who picks these up? I mean, not dragons, but these Tyrians. Do they have people like us who go after these children? They sure can't come 8 miles up. They can't get on here.
They have help.
They have help.
They have help. They have help. Yes, somebody on the surface is gathering the children and taking them to them. That's all I'm going to say, because I'll get in big trouble, especially now on video. Okay, but just think out the process. Take it apart, take the whole thing apart, and figure out how could they get there. And you'll come up with the answer. It's real plain. It's real plain. And who stands to benefit by giving them? Children. And they like children. Let's change to another subject. That's the one I don't like to deal with.
Still a corresponding negative to that?
Okay, that's a good point. Okay, we have 11 creational densities. There is always a duality. Now, up until you reach the 6th density, the positive and negative polarities commingle with each other. They interweave like this. When you get to 7, the 2 share a space, but they do not commingle. Now, since I've not been to 7th density, all I can give you is what's been explained to me. The 2 can coexist simultaneously in the same space, but at the same time, they're not commingled. In other words, if I'm a negative soul and you're a positive soul, you will see what I'm doing, but whatever I do will have absolutely no effect on you. None whatsoever, even though it's in the same space. Where here on Earth, I can do something to affect your reality. Okay? Which leads me into another thing. Folks, we're told in metaphysics, we're taught in metaphysics, that you are responsible for everything in your life. That you absolutely, positively create your own reality. Part of that is true. But there is such a thing as a violation of free will. There is. If there was no such thing, there'd be no karma. If there was no violation of free will, there would be karma.
Is that something that's...
It's a blind.
Is it something that's imposed, though, or is it something that's...
No, we're taught it's a metaphysical blind. And the whole purpose is to get you to take responsibility for what somebody else does to you, which lets them off the hook. Now this belief system was, of course, started by the ETs themselves, because they've been messing with us all this time. All this time. They're the ones responsible for creating religions. Literally. Literally. And it was to divide and separate us. At one time, we all spoke the same language on the planet. And the last time we all spoke the same language, the language was the Tamil language of India. That was the one language we all spoke. But we got too powerful. Remember the movie Stargate? You guys seen the movie Stargate? People came together, rebelled against the gods. There's so much truth in that movie, you have no idea. So much. Well, this is what happened. So they split us up. And all the languages that we have on the planet now are derivative of extraterrestrial languages. They taught us languages they already knew, as opposed to just creating up words. So all of our languages are extraterrestrial, virtually all of them. The original root languages are ET. They're alien languages. It's fascinating, the stuff that we have right underneath our nose. It really is.
Warning, this is it. As Russian drones are illegally hunting humans in open streets, running will not save you, and this kind of hunt is spreading week after week. People were terrified after footage showed a small drone circling a pedestrian selling vegetables at a market in Ukraine, locking onto him as he ran, then flying straight into him and exploding. And these are the exact people they are targeting now. Eerie reports show the drone picking out children in parks, people at bus stops, and even people inside ambulances rushing to help, with the United Nations warning these hunts are crimes against humanity and they cannot stop it. But it gets much worse, as these exact same drones have already invaded the American border. Fortunately, the man who was at the vegetable stand did survive.
I need context, bro. I need to see this.
Watch this.
So I know a lot of you are probably thinking, oh my gosh, that's AI. I honestly thought so too, but it's not. That's an actual water buffalo. They are completely herbivorous animals and dive underwater mainly to get a buffet of different underwater plants. They can weigh up to 2,000 pounds, and it's actually quite interesting because there are domesticated water buffaloes and then there are also wild water buffaloes, which can be a lot more dangerous. Domestic working water buffaloes are found mainly in India, Pakistan, Southeast Asia, and around the Nile River. They help with field cultivation as well as milk and mozzarella making, and mainly transport, known as the living tractor of the East. The native species is actually very endangered and they reside in Southeast Asia. Follow for more science content, and you can comment and learn if you want to use the site where I learned all of this for free, obo.com.
I thought I was tripping. I didn't know they swim like that, bro.
In 2014, I had a sighting at night of a large humanoid entity run across the road.
Mm-hmm.
So when you ask me that question, I'm like, what do you mean? Not, well, how do I answer? Do they live today or not? In what form?
It's a good question.
I believe in the Kandahar giant. There's too many stories.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many stories and different witnesses who don't know each other. I don't think they're fabricating it all.
Yeah.
Right. It's not just one witness. You have a lot of them. So to me, that gives it validity.
Yeah.
So I'd say yes, I think they're still alive.
So you mentioned that the 28-foot giant skeleton was found in Louisiana.
Yeah. It didn't say where, but yeah, in Louisiana.
Dark Waters years ago was on the show, and he told a story after Katrina went through. It opened up a lot of waterways in the swamps that were inaccessible before. He was told that these fishermen were going into these new areas to explore what the fishing's like.
Yeah.
And they came up on this one area, and they said on the shoreline was a humanoid figure that was peeking from behind the trees. It was that large.
Whoa.
You hear that, and then you hear the John Brewer story, and you have all these different, historical accounts that at some point you say, not all these newspapers and articles and word of mouth, it's not all lies. There is a truth to this legend, and if there's a little bit of truth, then there could be a lot of truth to this.
Louisiana Collective. Y'all want to take this rabbit hole?
You ask him about the Masons, bro. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna give you a secret, bro. Find you a couple junkies and ask them. I'm telling you, all right? I'm telling you. Come on, he just told you. Who is it? Is you gonna give it to him, old school?
The greatest body of God that one could ever view, see, feel, taste, touch would be the unity of man. See, because God said, make man in the likeness of what? Ourselves, right? He ain't saying myself, he said ourselves. So y'all gotta understand there was a collective whole of demigods too. For y'all, those that don't understand. See, God had descendants, right?
Oh, I wanted to hear him keep going. OG cooking.
You know, you got temples right here on Utah places, 3 of them, right? You know, those temples right there will take a regular man like me and you and turn us into gods. Y'all understand that talk? See, we gotta understand that, yo, listen. We all, look, Mary made a song some years ago called what? God and Me, right? The closest that you ever gonna get to God is when you get away from all of this energy out here in the world and you find a suffice place for yourself and you sit and you pray and you meditate. That's when you're gonna understand who the God in you is. That's when you're gonna understand that you no longer need anything outside of you to move things for you, because you can move things yourself.
OG sound like a 5%er. He do.
With people talk about the reptilians or something like that, and they talk about them being like super negative. Is that an old story, or is that something like what do you?
No, I think a lot of that is a misunderstanding. The reptilian race, it probably doesn't necessarily care that much about us. It probably doesn't necessarily have our best interests at heart in the way that other societies and civilizations do. I don't think that they're completely ultimately negative. And the other thing I think we have to understand and keep in mind is, just like humans, we can't lump an entire race into the same attitude. There are probably ones that are a little bit more aggressive toward us and ones that don't give a shit about us, excuse my language. But the idea is they're not the majority at all of the races that are interacting with us. Most of the races, as far as I understand it, are way more beneficial, kind, understanding, way more advanced. The reptilians do exist. They have interacted with us now and then. But I think a lot of the fear surrounding them, because of what they are, our mammalian brain reacts to a reptilian brain as a predator. Energetically. So that's our reaction, is like, oh my God, these things are here to eat us.
Yeah.
And therefore we are afraid of them because we are mammals and they are reptiles. And reptiles will eat mammals. So I think on a very primitive level, some of the stories of their negativity have been exaggerated. And it probably hasn't been helped that they don't all necessarily really care that much about what happens to us. So we're picking up on kind of a remoteness from them, or a sort of maybe mild, I don't know what you want to call it, disdain for humanity from them. And then coupling that with a mammalian reaction to a reptilian energy, I think a lot of the stories get blown out of proportion. Because there have also been reports of people interacting with reptilians that have been extremely positive.
Yeah.
So again, we can't really lump the entire race with one particular attribute. And I think that's another thing that also happens.
I'm trying to hear them out, but they be eating people, bro. Come on. They might do positive shit too.
The video you're about to see is about to have you sick to your stomach. The Sacramento Police Department needs to be held accountable immediately, if they haven't already, for what they did to this 10-year-old girl. The Sacramento Police put a 10-year-old black girl in cuffs because, quote unquote, she didn't want to open the door for them. You heard what I just said? This little girl, scared out of her mind because she hears the police knocking at her door, is put in cuffs because she, quote unquote, wouldn't open the door. You don't believe me, right? Look at this shit. Look at this.
Right now. Open it. You're not a baby if you're not listening. Who is here? There's no one in here.
They need to be held
You
accountable.
don't get to go and hide and turn off the lights.
Listen.
That's not how this works. Okay, but you're going to be detained in handcuffs.
So they had to put her in cuffs? This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
I'm scared.
Listen.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. How old are you?
So Sacramento police officers went to do a probation search for a known gang member. They knock at the door. The little girl, probably being scared, turned the lights off. They get mad because she turned the lights off. They get her to open the door, and then they put her in cuffs. You can clearly hear this 10-year-old little girl say, "I'm a baby." The officer says, "You're not a baby if you're not listening." What 10-year-old child do you know is going to open the door for a complete stranger? And what officer do you know is going to put a 10-year-old child in cuffs that's not a criminal? But I'm guessing they thought she was a threat, right? If they haven't been held accountable, they need to be held accountable. That is a kid. I'm out.
I've had my experiences with him. The way he's talking, the way he's acting, I mean, they like that. They're like that out here sometimes. If you catch the wrong one, there's great ones. Like how Bashar was saying, there might be some good stories out there. This one just ain't one. Spam with your thoughts, man. Let me know.
That's why they removed copper from swimming pools, because they realized that copper was so antibacterial that it was completely purifying the water that the people were swimming in without all of the harmful effects of chlorine, which we also know is a $1 trillion industry. But also, when the copper was rested in the swimming pools, copper ions were being absorbed into the water, which hold an electrical charge. Therefore, when people were swimming in these pools, their bodies were absorbing this charged water, and we are electrical beings. Therefore, the water that they were swimming in and bathing in was instantaneously healing their bodies. And so if you then think about copper pipes, which are being completely erased, it then makes perfect sense, because the elites realize that when water flows through copper pipes, that water then becomes charged water, creating some of the most powerful water in the world, purifying it to a level no other material can match. This is another reason why farmers would place copper in their livestock's water bowls, because they knew that the copper would keep the water completely pure and charge the water.
Anybody else find this strange? Ariana Grande's latest music video is very bizarre. I don't know what is going on with Ariana Grande anymore, but you have to admit that her latest music video is very, very strange. And again, I know I can't be the only one out there that finds this music video to be very, very disturbing. And again, people have been wondering what is going on with Ariana Grande. And it seems as if all of this has started ever since she was in those Wicked movies. Again, what do you all think about all of this? Maybe there's nothing wrong at all. I really don't know. But honestly, something really seems off. But again, this music video that she released is very bizarre. And I know I can't be the only one out there that finds this new music video that she put out to be very, very strange. What do you all think about this? Comment down below.
I don't give a damn. You can be a Democrat. I don't give a damn. You can be a Republican. Are you a good person? I'm so tired of this party line bullshit. There are over 300 million people in this country. And you mean to tell me its ideology is only broken up into two? You're either an ass or an elephant. What kind of shit is this? Every time I turn on C-SPAN, I see the same bullshit. 215 yay, 215 nay. What the is this? Is this a government or a football team? This country is made up of so many ideologies and so many understandings and faiths and ideas that you cannot tell me it can be distilled into two parties. We want to improve our society so much. We want to increase our infrastructure and come up with better ideas for education and get all these wars. And you mean to tell me that all of our ideas just distill into two? Imagine every restaurant you go to is just two options. Two options. You want fries or grease. That's all we got, fries and grease. Make a choice. I don't want either one of them. Every other nigga that votes the same line looks at you like you're an asshole if you don't agree with everything they agree with. If it's a blue state or a red state, I ain't colors. What are we, Power Rangers? I got rent to pay. I got children to feed. I got family to care about. I don't give a about these party lines. Stop voting like y'all niggas are in a clique. Oh, they're the jocks. We don't agree with them. You're an 80-year-old man. Grow up. George Washington Carver, when he made the first peanut, he did not decide that there should be two parties. I don't care. I don't care. Listen to me when I say this. I don't care. Democrat, Republican, Whig, Independent, Chivanti, Cherokee. I don't give a. We are tired of struggling. We are tired of failing. We are tired of falling apart on a national, global scale. I don't give a. Why is we as a country letting half of the other country lose in these decision makings? If you mean to tell me that this House of Representatives represents the entire country, how does half of these nays get nothing? Or half of the yays get something? Does that not mean half of the country does not get anything that they wanted? We just go cycle after cycle after cycle of somebody getting something and somebody losing something. Half the country gets something, half the country lose something. We all want something. God damn it, why can't we just figure this shit out? Why the f we always voting down the party line? It's like our government is a stage. Is this Greece? Like the Republicans are don't come in my town, don't come in my. This is 250 years. 100 of them has been bullshit. George Washington is spinning like a rotisserie oven in his grave right now. What the f is this? The United States or Hunger Games? Are you red or are you blue? Are we a country or a damn Kool-Aid packet? Grow up!
He said, is this a country or is it the Hunger Games? If we don't stop fighting with each other, this shit gonna turn into the Hunger Games. And then we really gonna be mad. Who we gonna blame? Can't blame, you know, I already know I already know how it's gonna play out with the blame game, but let's not get to that level. I always say why we can't be at peace, why we can't not be at war. You could agree on some shit that I might disagree with, but why am I gonna get mad at you? That's your life and your perspective on it. We don't gotta go to war because you like some shit that I don't like, or vice versa. We all struggling. I say that all the time, bro. I say that all. I'm glad. Hey, shout out to Julian Cross, bro. I like the way he think. Bro. Yeah, I say that all the time.
New York mayor said people that live in New York have to show ID to buy groceries. What's this? But now it's reports coming out saying that he didn't say that. I mean, I watched the interview. He kind of said it. But MAGA is mad at him, so he's backtracking. But when I heard this story, he was talking about giving people discounts. I was like, shit, why not? I mean, the food prices sky high. So if he's offering New Yorkers a discount, why not go for it? He said there will be one grocery market like this in each borough. Then I started thinking about these people and I said, they up to something. So you mean to tell me people need ID or a library card to buy apples, bananas, water, but they don't need ID to vote? But once again, he's denying all of this. But if this shit really do happen, New York have a big influence in the rest of the country. So if New York started, that means Pennsylvania might start it, New Jersey, Delaware, California. I mean, the discounts sound good, but I think it's something else going on. I believe they just want to track everything we do. They watch everything we do. When we go in the supermarkets, they got cameras everywhere. I know people gonna say it's because people be stealing. I mean, the food price is so goddamn high. What do you want people to do? But he said it, then he denied it. I think this is really deep. I think it's all about control. They already know the food prices are sky high. So if they say, how about we give you 5%, 10% off, people gonna lose their mind. Not to mention, it's gonna hurt those supermarkets in those 5 boroughs. This shit is like a big ass spider web. It's nothing but a trap.
Remote village in Romania, a man was digging a well and came across this skull, which people are claiming is a dragon skull. The man, not believing his own eyes, kicks the skull and looks at his friend in disbelief. Closer you look at this skull, the more it does not look like any other known animal. It just has that ancient mythological shape to it, unlike any other creature. We all know that area of the world, known for their lore centered around mythical creatures. It was over 20 meters in the ground. But as always, thank you for watching. Stay weird.
This is right now, and this is not Maui. This is Washington. It's crazy how all these trees are standing, but the rims of the cars are melting. We've seen this before. But just wait until I show you what the news was saying not too long ago. So 60,000 people evacuated, 600 buildings burned down so far. It looks like the apocalypse over there. I mean, just everything. We also know there's fires happening all over the world right now. So I'm gonna throw some stuff up on the screen for you to look at with me. We have this picture right here of these rims melting and trees standing right beside. Now we've already gone over all this and certain temperatures and stuff. I think everyone's caught up to speed now. Now in the United States, we've already seen over 1,000 wildfires this year. And again, this is something recent, the last year or two, because we didn't usually see fires this extreme all the time, every day, every week, 5 years ago. But completely unrelated, the news actually posted a crazy story I think we should look at. It's completely unrelated to all this fire right now. Okay, now check this out. This is insane. You remember when they used to say that this thing right behind me was just some kind of theory, Well, check this out. By the way, again, it's completely unrelated, not relevant, totally different subject than what's happening in Washington right now.
It's got a live demonstration of directed energy weapons. He says the Pentagon intends to buy tens to hundreds of these in the coming years. It's the first known viewing of a directed energy weapon demonstration by a sitting war secretary. So what are they? Directed energy weapons fire concentrated energy at the speed of light. And for years, intelligence officials working abroad have reported brain injuries known as Havana syndrome. The condition could be linked to directed energy weapons. Earlier this week, we spoke to Emmy Award-winning investigative journalist.
Oh, it's like Mountain Dew. That's pretty insane, is it not? Because they told us that whole thing didn't exist, and now they're putting it on the news. I wonder why, by the way. And also completely unrelated, again, not relevant to what's happening right now. They actually, just in Washington, blocked new data.
See if we can hit on these fires in Washington. Looks like the Palisades, looks like Lahaina. The government and electric companies are notorious for burning down cities. And we're going to talk about that today. So someone will probably say it's climate change, but let's read this one. Forest fire as a military weapon. U.S. Department of Agriculture. So let's just say the government didn't do it, but a smart meter did it. Do you see how that house is burned right here, but these plants are all perfectly green? And those trees? That's because when smart meters catch on fire, that's exactly what they look like. See all these? All over the country. 90 million smart meters across the country. And it just so happens the city that burned was a smart city, with grids, with smart meters, and everything interconnected from the electric company. And if you remember all those fires in California, Palisades lawsuit claims that faulty PG&E smart meters started their house fires. Then someone might say, well, I work for the electric company. They would never do that. Former meter reader testifies at California Public Utilities Commission, Santa Rosa, California, 2012, smart meters cause fires. And let's just show one of the smart meters catching on fire and then the whole house burning down. Yep, smart meters are also in Canada too, just so you're aware, and they make your bill 4 times the price.
So the part where the house caught on fire, y'all know why we won't post that.
Someone please tell me why NASA was flying drones around in Algeria, but then pretending to be on Mars? You know, this isn't the only time that they've done this. They actually go to Devon Island, Canada, and then pretend to be on Mars. So all of the footage of the drones and everything on Mars is actually from Devon Island, Canada. They have an entire fake NASA base set up there, and they LARP around in astronaut suits. They're like, oh, look at me, I'm in space, I'm collecting space rocks. Because Earth's atmosphere is definitely similar to Mars, right? When Mars is like a very thin atmosphere of a little bit of CO2 and nothing else. Does that make any sense to you? They make all of these dramatic documentaries where they're just like picking up rocks and they're like, space exploration, we're exploring space in Canada. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Elon Musk has been saying that we will send humans to Mars for like, I don't know, 20 years? When will this happen, Elon? Never. It will never happen. Because Mars is not some giant rock planet in outer space. It is one of the luminaries in the firmament above. This is what NASA shows us, and that up there is what you can actually see with your own eyes, or with the Nikon P1000. I made this video entirely for entertainment purposes only.
Down to this one spot, I hiked down, got my boots on, probably about a mile hike downriver, and I found us a nice set of like 8 tracks in a row, 17 to 18 inch long.
Whoa.
And each footprint, I measured from just heel to heel. So from left heel to right heel, 52 inches.
Jeez.
So that's I can't even step that.
Huge stride.
The guy would have been around 9 to 10 feet tall. That's a big dude. Like I found larger footprints, but not that good of a set. And these were all 3 inches deep. So what happened is I liken it to a great drought because what happened is the limestone mud turned into cement because of years of drought. So when this guy walked, he was sinking down 3 inches. And then there was a long period of drought to where it turned into concrete. And so they're still there today.
Is it documented like as a thing, or is it just kind of like flying under the radar?
Yeah, it was big in the 70s, but like as Darwinism came in the state park just down the river from here, they actually removed the footprints.
What was the reasoning?
I don't know. Other than Darwinism came through, right?
Wow.
So they used to have plaques or signs that said caveman tracks pointing down at the big tracks and then dinosaur tracks. But a guy who saw them in the 70s came back in the 80s and he's like, he actually gone and got mad. And he went to the headquarters and said, where are the tracks? And they're like, we never had anything here. He's like, no, because he brought his wife with him. He's like, he wanted to show her.
Wow.
No, we never had it. He's like, yeah, you had it. I was here and my buddy saw it. So he goes back out, and then an older gentleman that was inside the building came out, followed him, who was there when the tracks were there. He said, hey, I know what you're looking for. They were here, and I actually took the signs. The signs that you're talking about are in that shed over there. I want to get my hands on those signs. I don't know if they're there anymore, but he's like, well, what happened to the tracks? He said, well, they removed them. So it just basically, how I think about this is the lie was so strong, they had to get rid of real evidence.
Yeah.
Which is horrible, right? Like you can't really erase real history. And that's what I think about these giants. I think these people were real people. They might have been gigantic, but they still are. Is their story not worth telling? Like just because they were a certain way, do we not tell their story?
It's like, well, what's their story? And the story itself is why
it's a sad story.
Yeah.
It's a sad story.
They hiding shit. They tell us that, they gotta tell us some more real shit.
So there is a jackpot winner in Arkansas. So right here, 1.82 billion Powerball jackpot revealed as Arkansas's mayor's little brother.
That's crazy. Literally said it. It's rigged.
So we said that, right? He said it was rigged. And then this comes out. So the guy wins. His name is Tracy Hartwick, and his brother is Terry Hartwick. He's the mayor.
They sound like two cartoon characters.
Right? They sound like from The Simpsons. So Tracy Hartwick, he wins last year on Christmas Eve, but nobody knew that he won.
What you mean?
Because it was anonymous when he got his jackpot money. Because you know that's an option.
Oh, to not say who you are?
Yeah.
So who squealed? Right.
It's a 6-month window. Eventually they have to disclose who it is. So this happened last Christmas and oh boy wins. And we just said lottery's rigged. So
they just hustling.
So let's read this report because this is crazy. The mysterious winner of the historic 1.82 billion jackpot on Christmas Eve has been unmasked as a younger brother of Arkansas mayor who was under investigation for assault earlier this year.
Wait, been unmasked like he's a Scooby-Doo character?
Basically.
You can buy Arkansas with that money.
Yeah, for real.
I just want to know the odds.
The chances are 1 out of 292 million per $2 ticket.
So lightning struck his cat that he was driving at 50 miles an hour on a Tuesday. That's how exact.
1 out of 292 million.
I'm not buying it.
Just the lottery chances in general, you have a better chance at becoming the president of the United States.
I was born on a Tuesday, not yesterday. So I'm not buying it.
And then you're the mayor's brother, and then
they're getting their hustle on.
You know, when Epstein won the lottery.
He won a lottery?
I have the files. You want to see it?
I think he won a couple times.
He won it twice.
How?
Look at this. It was speculation before because there was a trust that won the lottery with his same name, but then it came out in the files. It's his. It says right here. So he had a trust called Zorro Trust.
Zorro?
Yeah, because you know Zorro Ranch, Zorro Trust. So financial planning company based in Oklahoma City received $29.3 million on behalf of Zorro Trust. Now get this. Zorro Trust, belonging to Epstein, won an $80 million lottery ticket in New Mexico. So not only he won that $29 million, but he won $80 million as well.
In New Mexico?
Yeah, that's where Zorro Ranch is.
It's literally what we said. They just pick whoever they want, like when they want.
You have a better chance of getting hit by lightning, probably a few times. You have a better chance becoming president. 1 out of 292 million chance.
Nobody's doing that.
Just saying.
Like nobody's doing that.
About the Krishan Rock.
The Blueface?
Yeah.
She died?
No.
No.
Yo, people are saying right now that Krishan Rock in the next coming days might go and face jail time.
Chill.
Because she orchestrated the death of her baby daddy.
Which is? Not Blueface.
Not Blueface.
Oh.
That kid wasn't Blueface's kid.
No.
She fabricated the DNA test saying that it was Blueface's.
There's no way. No. Yeah. Krishan is not smart enough for that.
Don't be looking at me like that.
I feel like this part. The alleged father is not excluded as the biological father of the fetus.
Let me, you the father.
Oh, is not excluded.
You the father.
Oh, that's what that means?
Yeah, can you give me a kiss? You a weird ass.
The theory was she was seeing this other guy named Ronnie with her during Blueface.
Okay.
But even before then, they were actually high school lovers, fam.
I don't care about no Blueface. Look at this face. Do you see this face?
So the theory is Krishan Rock actually orchestrated the death of Ronnie. Because if it comes out that Blueface isn't the father of that kid, then she won't get paid out anymore for child support.
Oh my
from
gosh.
Blueface.
Okay, that's something
That's her
Krishan would
angle.
do. Yeah, you're right.
There's also videos of Ronnie going up to her in public and saying, "That's my child."
No.
Why are you stalking me at the mall?
You weird as shit.
What's wrong?
You weird as shit. Ain't nobody stalking you. That's my f***ing son. That's my f***ing son. That's my f***ing son. What you want to do?
Dale esto.
Nah, bro. What the f was that?
And those are one of like the devil's the haunting of Elias Samael, and he's this security guard that works at a hotel, right? And before he started working at this hotel, he got this job where he had to dig up these poles that belong to like this wired fence and basically extend it because it was placed wrong, and he ended up hitting some type of metal, and at first he thought it was like iron or something, but as he kept digging, he ended up seeing that it was this like metal box that was like corroded of how old it was, and it was made out of like sheet metal. And when he opened it, he saw like a dust bag and then this book that was made out of skin as well, like leather type. In the book it said whoever possesses this book, you have to read this book from beginning to end. If not, you're gonna be tormented and tortured and dismembered by demonic entities. What the but everything in the book was like Latin, so it took him like long ass time to finish the book. I think it told him like 3 days non-stop. And also in the dust bag had this amulet that he had to wear from now on. It symbolizes that you kind of belong to us type of shit, like you're gonna do whatever we tell you to do. And then in his very first video, it's basically a video of him showing the viewers how to invoke or how to summon Satan himself. It's a tutorial.
Para todos aquellos que quieran saber.
And again, I mean,
What the f, bro?
Aquí les voy a enseñar cómo se hace una. Claro, nada más le quiero decir que deben de tener mucho cuidado y tener experiencia en este ramo. Claro. Bueno, comencemos.
This is just the beginning of everything. What? So keep in mind, Elias, he was an atheist, bro. That's the reason why he even decided to read the book in the first place, because he thought, oh, after reading this book, it's just bull. This is gonna happen to me.
Gang, bro, how the f the trees be moving by itself?
¿Qué es? No.
No.
Terminar esto.
Nah, bro. What the f was that?
And those are one of like the devil's skulls that he has right there. And what's behind that? The Ouija board, bro. After a while, like the videos end up becoming more like as if somebody else posted the videos for him. Because there's one video that he posted that said like, if this video ever gets posted, it means that I'm dead, right? After that video, somebody posted on like a Facebook account and it showed rest in peace Elias Dominguez and then picture of his actual face.
He was with the wrong shit, bro.
Look. There's so much other stuff, bro. Like he's also admitted.
Yeah, he played them crazy ass games and he won some prizes for sure. Nah, hell nah. That's real?
Oh, why is our life exactly a movie, y'all? I have never seen the sky look this crazy, y'all. How is the clouds able to do this, y'all? Y'all gonna tell me that y'all seen these clouds all of your life? Because I be seeing people in the comments talking about, oh, these are just accumulus clouds and maculus clouds and all this type of stuff. Bro, this is different. What is this? And it's not just one person posting these crazy cloud sky transformation, bro. So many people in California was catching this. Look at the sun. Here go another person recording this. Why is nobody talking about how this looks like a whole nother world? Bro, do you guys see this? Yo, how is it possible that the sky is glowing these Lisa Frank rainbow-like colors, man? It looks like cotton candy up there. Y'all, there is something magical happening on our planet, and there is a lot of distractions to keep us from seeing the magic that's currently taking place. Because how is this possible, y'all? I've been telling y'all that the X-Men are getting ready to be birthed, and now look at this. Mother Nature, Mother Earth is literally showing this right in front of our eyes. Look at what my friends caught on the way home from work, y'all. How is this possible, bro? Y'all see this? Look at all this energy. It looks like there's a whole bunch of worlds arcing into our world. Is this Noah's Ark? They are arcing into our world. And then you got this couple in Oklahoma talking about this green light that was coming out of the sun, bro. It was freaking them out. And the crazy thing is, I talked about how the real sun is actually green. Y'all remember they've been telling us about this green flash all our lives, like since we've been babies. Oh, the sun is green flash. Watch out for the green flash at sunset. And look at it right over here in Oklahoma. What is going on here? Is that the Aurora Borealis about to come through and bust it wide open? Cause why does the orange look like a filter, bro? Why does this orange thing look like a filter and then the real sun about to come through? It feels like something is changing, y'all. Maybe it's just me. Do y'all feel it? Look at this. I'm not here to tell y'all what is happening, but I'm asking you, do y'all feel that energy? Does it feel different to you? Let me know that in the comments below. Y'all see it, man. What is it?
I think this is something out of The Last of Us, but nope, it's an abandoned Japanese island. A man-made Japanese island that's been abandoned since 1974. Chilling out in that water alone, 9 miles from shore. This place is so freaking creepy. It's called Hashima Island, and it's off the coast of Nagasaki, Japan. It's also known as Battleship Island because if you don't notice, it's shaped like a battleship. This used to be one of the most condensed populated areas in the entire world. 5,000 people lived on this island at one point. Here's an abandoned apartment complex that used to be there, just covered in, like this straight up looks like it's out of The Last of Us 2. This is giving Silent Hill F. If you know, you know. It has super high walls so that when like tsunamis and stuff would come through, it would protect the town. However, one day, this whole thing's gonna be underwater. Of course, urban explorationists have zero decorum, and of course they are always out here on this island. You should not be there, that is dangerous. Here's an abandoned school on the island. There's also abandoned hospitals, like abandoned shops, a whole bunch, like it was a whole community. You just know there's some squatters in there. You just know it. Also the fact that it is 9 miles from shore. If you get stuck out here, like if someone wants to play a prank with you, like if you're an urban explorationist and you get stuck here, you're 9 miles out from shore. You are cooked. But yeah, now this entire place has just been left to rot, and it is a super, super creepy place. If you're into abandoned stuff, follow for more, because this entire week I'm going to be posting a new abandoned place. So let me know how we're feeling, and are you scared of abandoned places? Because I am.
I heard you say that there's certain people that you can't necessarily put a hex on or curse.
Very small amount of people. Most people can be hexed.
Who are the people that cannot be hexed?
They're people that are living in their truth, and they're actually connected to God in whatever way that is, consistently, constantly, and walking in that. Most people are not doing that. They're not doing that.
That's interesting.
This is very interesting right here. I really want to get a deeper picture too of this person and some more detail on that, because I think this is where everybody should be striving to be this person who is completely covered and, like you said, walking in their truth, connected with God.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you said it's a small group of these people.
Oh, yeah.
And you've encountered, I guess you've identified what these people look like. Give me some more detail.
Not what they look like.
Well, I mean, not in the physical aspect, but
oh, spiritually.
Spiritually.
Yeah, they're very devoted. And I would like say, you know how like monks, you know, they go months and don't talk to people, and they're just constantly doing their rituals and everything, which basically is witchcraft. And they are devoted to connecting to source. Like that is, nothing else matters to them. It's really intense. Most people don't even know how to do that, and they definitely don't care that much. Like they're not dedicating the time to get there. That's why most people can be hexed and can be cursed, because they're not doing that.
Wow.
They're not dedicated.
And how do you know if somebody is covered in that way?
I can see it.
Really?
You could just look at them and see it.
They'll be able to see it in me too. Yeah, you can see it. It's easy.
And when you say, okay, I'm certain you like live with the demons that they already have.
Yeah, because sometimes they don't know it's a demon. They think that it's them, or oh, I'm just going through something. They don't notice that it's demons attached to them. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you see that? Can you just see when it's a demon attached to somebody?
100%. It's super easy. I can see when I'm walking down the street and I see people, I'm like, yep, walk over this side. It's easy to see. Wow. Those are the easiest. I can see the beautiful auras on people too. I can see when people literally live in their truth, like I was talking about, because it is show, and it's amazing to see, you know, because some people they have their facade that they show everybody else, and then they have who they really are. So the aura doesn't lie. Energy doesn't lie. Nobody can put on a facade when it comes to energy. Nobody can duplicate energy.
Here we go again with another sad story. Another grown-ass person take advantage of a little kid. You have this woman named Pammy May, who unalived her 5-year-old son, Darnell Taylor. What make it so even crazier, y'all? She unalived him because he snuck some food, some snacks into the bedroom. Then she hid his body, cut it up, and put it in a storm drain. And of course, they trying to say that she had a mental health outburst. I don't about that. Then she going to jail. And when she went to court Friday, she tried to put on this little crazy act. Look at this.
God is good! God is good! God is good! God is good! God is good!
So Pammy, she did reject her plea deal, being charged with aggravated murder, also abuse of a corpse, and 3 counts of tampering with evidence. As she unalived him, she had strangled him to death. Not only that, y'all, this really wasn't even her own child. This is just somebody who had legal guardianship over him. So they did issue an Amber Alert after the husband had called the police and said, hey, my wife just woke me up and told me that she had harmed our child. She had went on the run, but then she was later arrested after somebody seen a suspicious lady just walking around this building. And they had reported her, and then the police swooped up on her. And that's when she later on had led them to where the body was gonna be at. I don't wanna hear no mental health shit. You wasn't mental health when you did that. You got angry because the little boy had put some food in the bed. That's some shit you spank him on. You unalived him? Bitch.
Do anybody I know been to this shit before? I want to know what's inside that. That shit is crazy work. And I know you must don't come with the jokes. Oh, that's my ex-wife right there. That's my ex-wife. I'm dead ass. What the in that hole, dog? This right here be that hollow earth shit. You must seen paradise, them carving inside them mother mountains and living in there. They been doing that shit for some years now, but what's real? That's man-made. Somebody made that hole. What thrives in that mother dog? For sure. Now, I'm not gonna go in that hole to go see what's in there. That's why I'm asking. Anybody been in that mother hole, dog? I'm dead ass. Probably going that mother hole ain't nothing but vampires in that mother bats and shit. Wrong turn looking in there. And I want you to go in there and check it out. Do me a favor, when you do see what's in that make sure you got a camera with you and live stream it just in case you get unalived in that mother, because I need the footage, dog.
It's not right with Ariana Grande, bruh. Now, I'm not trying to go on her body. I'm not body shaming. I'm truly concerned, fool. She's getting smaller and smaller every time I see her. Look at this shit. Last time I made a video, she was small then. Now, just think about it. She's 2 times smaller. Look at this picture I'm about to put up there. Right here, she was still small when I made the video. But it wasn't alarming like it is now. Look at the face. Look at her eyes. Everything about this do not look right. Her eyes is literally sinking in. But you got some people out here saying, no, it's because she's this, and this. She took out this, she stopped doing this, and she's very healthy. That don't look very healthy.
Not Nikki. Say it ain't so. 2026, a lot of shit is happening. Now we got Nikki finna shake some ass for $10. Nigga, I thought she was a billionaire Barbie. What is going on? A lot of these broke. I keep telling y'all, hey, they ain't really got it like that. But I'm not gonna hold you. Nikki, for $10, you better be shaking ass or something. Even though you a grandma and it's and you ain't started your career like that. You was freaky, but you ain't started off like Cardi B, you know, shaking ass a stripper. I can see that. Like, if she right now go broke and did some shit like this, I can expect that. That's where she came from. But not you, Nikki. You got bars. You can't come out with something better than shaking some ass like these young bitches. Man, listen, you need to sit down. You taking L's after L's after L's. Oh, for the grave, y'all shit is crazy. Y'all let me know y'all paying $10 to see Nikki shake some ass while she fighting all these type of court battles and shit.
Hell no. What's y'all thoughts, man?
Found buried in Texas, and it's in the city of Rockwall, hence how the town got its name. The wall is believed to belong to a prehistoric race inhabiting the Americas. It was first discovered in 1852 when 3 men were digging a home well and found what appeared to be an artificial wall. The wall is a giant rectangle encompassing more than 20 square miles long, with most of the wall being buried. The top of all the uncovered sections has a uniformed height of 550 feet above sea level. Legends say the wall goes down several stories deep, with many articles that describe and photos that show what appear to be archways, steps, iron rings embedded in the stones, and openings for windows and conduits for water. Of course, there's also the claim it's aligned with the sun. Now, the gatekeepers at the Smithsonian and the agents at the History Channel claim it's all natural. Yeah, real natural, alright. We're meant to believe it's some sort of geological wonder, a row of hard mineral stones that appear to be stacked, long and narrow, forming what gives the illusion of a rock wall. Crazy how nature does that. In 1949, several stones that had strange runic characters, pictographs, and hieroglyphs were also found. Now, there's many articles throughout the past that have described this wall in great detail, challenging the idea of a natural formation. One article sharing the discovery of a giant petrified human skull, describing the size as half a bushel basket. The skull shown here is just a depiction for reference, but it's said to have the eye sockets the size of a gallon jug. The skeleton was 18 feet tall, and it was estimated that the giant himself likely weighed over 2,000 pounds. More tales of the chamber where the giant was found mention an iron bed frame, 25 plus feet large, a 12-foot battle axe that weighed 75 pounds, and scattered bones of regular-sized humans, leading them to believe it must have been the room of a giant cannibal, a common theme when you look into the world of giants. So it's strongly believed by the locals the giant did exist. People saw it, and the area was used as an attraction site for many years, and as always, it said the Smithsonian came and took it. Of course they did. There's a strong legend that it was once a city of giants, while others believe that it was a city built to protect themselves from said giants. So the entirety of the structure has never been fully excavated or fully studied. The only pieces of stone or rock viewable to the public have been removed and reconstructed around the Rockwall County Courthouse. But again, look at the cemetery. What is there really to debate here? So is it all myth or actual story? Use your eyes and the answer's clear. But let me know what you think. What do they not want us to learn about that wall?
I'm not gonna sit here and act like I knew that rabbit hole. I'm learned that one today.
Robbers in this area used to dig up fresh bodies and sell them to a college professor. But these men in particular got greedy, and they stopped waiting for people to die and started killing them instead. In early 1800s Scotland, medical schools desperately needed bodies for anatomy lessons. The problem was, obtaining legal cadavers was extremely difficult, and that's what Burke and Hare saw as an opportunity. While other men were out body snatching from local cemeteries, William Burke and William Hare started their own venture. Both men were Irish immigrants living in Edinburgh and working odd jobs to get by. They were also renting rooms to different tenants. In 1828, one of Hare's tenants, an elderly man named Donald, passed away while still owing him money. To cover the debt that Donald owed, they sold the body to Dr. Robert Knox, an anatomy lecturer who planned on dissecting the cadaver in front of his class at the University of Edinburgh. And that's when they realized that dead people were worth money, but that waiting for someone to die was super inconvenient. So they decided to create their own supply. Between November 1827 and October 1828, Burke and Hare murdered 16 people. One of their victims escaped. Another one was recognized by students at the university, but still, they continued to get away with it until they murdered a woman named Marjorie. At the time, they had a couple staying with them, and they temporarily moved this couple to another boarding house so that they wouldn't be a witness in Marjorie's murder. But when the couple returned the next day, they entered the room where they left all their belongings, and they found Marjorie's body hidden underneath the bed. They immediately went to police, but by the time they got there, Marjorie's body had already been sold off to Dr. Knox. Burke and Hare were arrested, but during their interrogation, they both turned on each other. Hare was offered immunity, but in return, he had to testify against his best friend and partner in crime, Burke. So he did, and Burke was charged with murder and executed in front of a crowd of about 25,000 people. And then, ironically, his body was donated to medical science and is still on display at the University of Edinburgh today.
Now, I love a good conspiracy theory. This one is around the great Michael Jackson. From user Tayani Gulat. She says this is not the real Michael Jackson. Check out this theory, and this is for entertainment purposes only.
Okay, since the math not math, let's see if we can make this math a little bit better. I put the first cover up. You can go back and you can Google this for yourself. Make sure you Google Neverland Ranch investigators discover corpse of real Michael Jackson. This article was written in 2005 or published in 2005, as you can see. I'm going to read what the coroner says from my other phone. Coroners have officially pronounced Michael Jackson dead. From that we can tell, we is the coroners. He, Michael Jackson, died between 18 and 20 years ago. Forensic investigator Tim Holbrook said, "We are not certain at this time who or what has been standing trial in that Santa Maria courthouse." It goes on to say, according to Holbrook, Jackson's corpse was buried just inches below a stretch of the miniature train tracks that ran throughout Maryland. The largely desiccated corpse wore the remains of a red, zipper-covered leather jacket and a single glove. Now they says that we positively identified the body as Jackson by his dental records and DNA, Holbrook said. But even before we conducted a single forensic test, we began to suspect that the that we uncovered the real Michael, and that the disturbing figure claiming to be Jackson was a fake. I'm saying this to clarify once again that just because they aired something in one year does not mean that it took place in that year. So check it. Holbrook said that although the corpse was in an advanced stage of decomposition, the investigators compared the body to earlier career publicity photos of Jackson. They saw a striking resemblance in bone structure and facial features. But when they compared the body to the photos taken after 1987, the resemblance was negligible. So basically here, what you may be finding out now is that from 1979 to 1987, they was using reels that had already been pre-recorded of Michael Jackson. Not only that, a little sidebar here. There's a letter said that Michael Jackson had written back in 1979 saying that he no longer wanted to be known as Michael Jackson. Go Google that. He no longer wants to be known as Michael Jackson, but that he wants to be known as MJ. He wants to kill off the character Michael Jackson, the one that they had built from his childhood, that he was no longer happy with. Yeah, so when he decided that he no longer wanted to be their money machine, what do you think they did to him? Yeah, it tells 18 to 20 years prior to, before 2005, that they found the remains of Michael Jackson buried on his property, and that there was an imposter, a fake Michael Jackson, standing in his place now. So who's the Michael Jackson with the Jerry curl? So mind you, 18 to 20 years back from 2005 when they published this article would have been the late 70s, like 79 to 1980, somewhere in that early stage frame, way before the posting of the Pepsi commercial 83, 84. That does not mean that the Pepsi commercial was not recorded before 83, 84. It just means that they aired that commercial in 83, 84. They go on to say, this discovery raises a lot of questions, but it also sheds light on a number of disturbing incidents. Holbrook said, frankly, Jackson had been acting pretty strange all of a sudden. Now get this here. Forensic experts and music critics are postulating that Jackson was dead before the release of the multi-platinum album, Bad. Detectives are currently analyzing the lyrics to Man in the Mirror for any clues relating to a look-alike entity.
So tell me why George Bush spent $21 trillion, tax money, tax dollars, to build a mother underground city for politicians and celebrities and shit in case some catastrophic event take place. What? And they hid the money and they went to go find this shit. They've been investigating this shit since like 2007 or some shit to 2015 to 2022. And you, boy, I tell you what, this shit got me discombobulated. You trying to hide and y'all don't want to be seen. Y'all know what's coming. And y'all should be afraid of us. That's what you should be afraid of. This is crazy work. How the gonna spend $21 trillion building a motherfucking underground city? Yeah, we supposed to be in all this debt. I guess that's why. You is secretly building underground cities so you go into hiding when shit hit the motherfucking fan. Ain't that a bitch? George Bush, I never liked your motherfucking ass in the first place. I know what you did with the shit. I know about the Carlisle company, you and the Bin Laden family. I know about all that shit, this inside job. I know what the you did. And then your punk ass gonna spend $21 trillion of our tax dollars building some underground city to protect y'all funky ass. Ain't that a bitch? That's when I be saying y'all gotta stop trusting these politicians and these celebrities. They don't give a about us at all, dog. Think I be bullshitting these people. That's a big fact. Give us our fucking money back, dog. Peace.
You're not. Get out. Get out. No, get out. Go. Goodbye. am I?
Yo, see how they gaslighting them like we're not doing anything? Later in that conversation, he said, what if I was to kiss y'all later? And she's like, oh, you will. Like, it's like this is obviously being set up, bro. Like, you gotta think about these things, right? If you got people in higher industries, it don't even got people hating on you. Just like you might be taking money out of people's pocket. Like, you never know what's going on. You might have took one of these billionaire women or whatever. It's so easy to run a play on you. And I be thinking they send these underage girls to these celebrities, influencers, athletes, everything.
Wait, you ladies do realize something though? You could get people in trouble for lying about your age, and then like when they try to just make sure that you're. Wait, you guys did this on me?
Just my theory, because they all, and if you're not smart enough, you're gonna fall into it. That's why when everybody seen A, B, and Dean going crazy on streaming, like we know what's coming with that eventually. They're gonna get sacrificed off the rim, you feel me? But it's like, if you ain't moving right, bro, your likeliness and your character will get sacrificed. Because that could have went left. Just like how it always can, dealing with groupie industry.
But y'all know we made it to the end of this. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. I know we come up with about 4 videos every Smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps let it grow, helps let it get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. I appreciate you for watching ETV, whatever the case is. I wish it was Smooth 7. Don't forget to hype and share the video as well. I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know what